Thank you, Kathy and Michelle. Thank you so much. How wonderful. And as we consider this third Sunday of Lent, and that's this period of self-examination, of preparing for something extraordinary, something wonderful to occur in our life and our world and affairs, as we're reflecting on the self, we're listening within at the deepest level of being. We are paying attention. We are giving ear to. We are acknowledging those things that might be surfacing that are calling for us to reconcile and maybe heal and even get over. As we consider this idea today, the subject, well, this is slightly different from what Ann talked about, comes as one word for this service. It's a one-word subject. Simply, leap. Let's say it together 3 times. Leap, leap, leap. You got it. Have you ever felt like you just didn't have enough hours in the day? You ever felt like you needed at least one more day in the week? Like you just didn't have enough time to get everything done that you really wanted to get done? Has anybody known that experience, that feeling lately? You just needed more time. In fact, someone just told me earlier they didn't realize that they were being used as part of this message for this service. They just didn't have enough time to do everything that they wanted to do. They had so much more that they wanted to accomplish. They had so much more that they wanted to fulfill, so much more that they wanted to achieve. And they thought, oh, if I just had a few more hours, if I had just one more day. If that is you in here today, I want you to know that your prayers have been answered. Isn't that good news? Oh yeah, you know why? Because tomorrow is February 29th and it is Leap Day, baby. Oh yes it is. Yes it is. It's Leap Day. The date that usually occurs every 4 years. Meaning that, it's a day added to the calendar in leap years as a corrective measure because the earth does not orbit around the sun in precisely 365 days. It says the earth rotates around the sun. So that journey of rotating around the sun takes 365 days and 6 hours. So every 4 years, we have to correct the calendar by inserting another 24 hours in the year. So just in case you needed another day, oh my goodness, tomorrow is your day. You get a whole new 24 hours. 24 hours that you didn't have last year or the year before that. But we get a whole new day. My birthday. Your birthday. Oh, happy birthday. And as we consider this, it's Leap Day, and technically speaking, those who are born on February 29th, you only have a birthday every 4 years, so you stay eternally youthful. It says the self-help guru Tony Robbins is celebrating his 14th birthday tomorrow. How about that? As we give attention to Leap Day and what it calls for us to do, it's the earth, it's the calendar correcting itself. But yet it's a gift that we're giving and the question that we're asked today, the question that begs a response, a question that calls us to pontificate. Is that the word pontificate? Or contemplate, or to ponder, to consider, is what are you going to do with it? You get a whole new day. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to use it? How are you going to make this new day that only comes once every 4 years a different kind of day? I feel that some of you should just take off tomorrow. Don't go to work. Don't take a sick day. Say, I'm taking a leap day. I'm leaping all day long. I waited 4 years for this day to come. In fact, I might just take tomorrow off. No meetings for me tomorrow. I'm leaping tomorrow. It's a gift. It's a gift that we have been given to enjoy, to live, to be reminded that prayers delayed are not prayers denied. And in fact, I believe that's the greatest gift that leap day, that leap year brings to us, that the thing that we have been longing for, the thing that we have been desiring at the deepest level, although it might take 1 or 2, 3, even 4 years before it comes, but by God, it is sure to get here. All we got to do is wait. Leap day is coming. I'm reminded of the words of the great writer. It says, I know not by what method rare, but this I know. God always answers prayer. I know not when God sends the word that my fervent prayer has been heard. I know it is sure to come soon or late. All I have to do is pray and wait. Leap year. The word leap or leap year suggests that something is being added. Something wonderful is in store. Something out of the norm. Something unusual is occurring. More is coming. Oh, how about that? More is coming. More is coming to you. More good. It says we get added time, an extra day, an extra 24 hours. The word leap. I know we all know what the word leap means. Defined as a forceful jump or quick movement. Uh-oh. Now, how many of you have leaped recently in your life? The word leap, to propel oneself quickly upward or a long way. There's an affirmation that I was taught when I came into Unity. It says, I am in alignment with the upper progressive movement of life, of spirit, and the mark of success is upon me right now. Johnny Coleman taught it. She instilled it in her congregants. I am in alignment with the upper progressive movement of spirit, and the mark of success is upon me right now. Who can join me in saying it? Come on. I am in alignment with the upper progressive movement of spirit, and the mark of success is upon me right now. The word leap, to move quickly or suddenly, to jump or spring a long way to a great height or even with a great force, to jump over something, to leap, to get over, to jump over. It says divine mind, or the God within is doing something right now in our midst. So we're called to prepare ourselves, to get ready to make the jump, to leap, which reminds me of that story. It says that, I guess it's okay to tell, we're open group right here. It says a guy made his transition. And he wasn't the best husband. He wasn't the best father. In fact, he was a rascal. And in his transition, the daughter goes to her mother and says, Mom, now I know Dad made a lot of mistakes, but we gotta do something. I really want him to make it to those pearly gates. And the mother says, well, what is it that you think I can do right now? And I did all that I could while he was still in the body. But he didn't listen to me. She says, well, I heard that there is a guru that could pray him on in the heavenly kingdom. And all he requires is a little money. And so, the mother says, well, why are you coming to me? I gave him all that I had while he was in the body. She says, come on, Mom, just make this sacrifice. I want to make sure that Dad makes it into the pearly gates. And so she says, all right. They called the guru. The guru came. And he heard that the man was really a rascal. Oh, he made all kinds of errors and all kinds of things. And he says, but ma'am, don't worry. I am confident that I can pray him on into that kingdom. But it's going to cost. She says, well, how much is it going to cost me? He says, well, to start, it's going to cost at least $2,000. She says, $2,000? I'm still paying him and he's out of the body. The daughter says, Mom, please, we got to do all that we can to make sure Dad makes it. So the mother gives the guru $2,000 and he goes to pray and he's praying. Oh, he's praying. He comes back a couple of days later. He says, ma'am, he was really a rascal. It's taking more effort than I thought. And he says, well, we're making progress, but I'm going to need a little bit more. I'm going to need a little bit more. So the lady, she resists it. Well, how much more? And she gave him another couple of grand. And then he goes back and he prays. He comes back a couple of days later. He says, ma'am, he's close. He's getting closer. He's getting closer. Oh, he's getting closer. Oh, he really made some errors. And he said, I need a few more dollars. She says, I'm not giving you any more money. I am not giving him any more money. He says, the daughter says, ma'am, please, mother, please, we got to get dad on into these gates. The guru goes off and comes back. Says, ma'am, I got him at the gate. Oh, he's at the gate. He's at the gate, but I'm going to need a little bit more money. She says, you tell him to either jump that fence or go to you know where. Leap! Now, how many of you remember the game Leapfrog? Come, you ever played it? You remember the game. You would get down on the ground and, you kneel, bend your knees, and you put your head to the ground and forming a line. And it says the game was that the person in the back had to do what? Had to keep leaping until he or she made it to the front of the line. And then when the next person in the back had to keep leaping and jumping until they made it. Maybe there's one in here today whose life situation has put you in back of the line. Maybe you have gotten behind as you think in life because of your situation or your circumstance. But friends, we have been given a gift this morning, and that is to leap. To leap if you must, to leap. And we have that ability to leap beyond and over the experiences. Do you know how we leap? Do you know that we first leap in mind? When any time, if you read the stories and the passages of Jesus, especially during in the time of the wilderness, and when you read in biblical literature where he went up or anybody went up to the mountaintop, it means that they went up to that high place of consciousness within the self where they were able to get over, to jump over, to leap. There is a shortcut to getting through your experiences, especially if they are challenging. There is a shortcut to get through the most difficult conditions of life, and that is to leap, go up in consciousness. Get above it. And as we rise above it, it's almost like the winds of the universe begins, as Ernest Holmes I often say Ernest Holmes, his quote, all of nature will begin to work on our behalf to move us a little forward. But we have to leap first in mind. Sickness, leap over it. Addictions, leap over it. Debt, despair, despondency, leap over it. Cell phone playing in the church, leap over it. Leap over it in the mind. And maybe you've heard the expression, leap at the chance, meaning to accept, to seize an opportunity for something greater. To seize the opportunity, leap for joy. You've heard that expression. To jump just because you're happy. Not because things are, particular things are going your way or people are in your life, but just to jump. You heard of the leap of faith. To move, to act, to move suddenly, regardless to if we understand and even know how things are going to work out. And leap of faith might cause some of us to do some peculiar things. Peculiar things. Like moving to Hawaii, getting married. Is that an amen, somebody? Amen. The leap of faith, stepping into the unknown without any assurance of the outcome. When we make that leap of faith, friends, the only thing that we have to sustain us is our faith in God. The confident assurance that this presence and power that transcends, that is so transcendent and also immanent, guides us and directs us. Now we have been given a gift. If on this leap day this year, if the things in our life, world, and affairs, if those things are not to our expectations and to our liking, we have the ability to make a decision. I remember years ago there was a movie that came out with this singer. She's a Latin singer, Jennifer Lopez. It was a movie called Enough. I think it was called Enough. That sometimes we have to get to that place where enough is enough before we can make that leap. I've had enough of this. There's so much more waiting for me. Then the leap of faith calls us to just dare to step out into the unknown, trusting that underneath are the everlasting arms of God, the great Spirit guiding us and directing us every step of the way as long as we listen to, trust, and obey. So the call this morning is a simple call. It is that call to just simply leap. Leap. Live every day about purpose. Live every day about purpose. And if those experiences or situations are not aligned with purpose, your purpose and plan, it's time to leap over them. Consider them, leap like a frog if you must. Begin to jump your way to a new experience. Jump your way to a new reality. So that leap day has a new meaning for us. Now, who's going to jump with me this week? You're going to make the jump? Oh, that's good. You can jump right now. Who's going to make the jump this week? You're going to jump into a new reality. Begin it this tomorrow. Tomorrow's our day, leap day, but we can start right now. Jumping into a new reality. Who is it? Raise your hand again. Let me see. You're going to jump into a new experience, a new paradigm, a new consciousness, and watch and see how God shows up. You never have to worry about the God in you. As Reverend Constance Mulhorn Taylor would say, God always worked the wonder. You don't have to worry about God playing God's part, the God in you. You just do your part. Make the leap. Jump. And trust that God is there. God bless you. Thank you.